Wikiwack Big Bear Mountain SoCal on the plastic Fisher-Price CB radio.
Hey, Wikiwack, I just heard you. Wikiwack, channel jammer, waving a hand.
When using this radio, I like to tell people I'm running the Fisher-Price. Actually, it's a Pearce Simpson made in Miami, Florida. The model is the Companion. The history is a little foggy, but it looks like this may have been Pearce Simpson's first 11-meter CB radio offering, and the reason I like to call it a Fisher-Price is due to its mostly plastic construction, and I have a couple theories on this plastic construction. First being the fact that VHF marine radios were very expensive, and I'm guessing CB radio manufacturers felt there was room for them to enter the boating radio market, offering a lower cost option, and this radio being a mostly plastic construction lends itself to a marine application perfectly. My other theory is there were still a lot of 6-volt positive ground vehicles back then. And it was quite common to mount your mobile radio right in your driver's footwell where you could get to the microphone. And can you imagine having your metal keys dangling from the ignition switch and having a 6-volt positive ground, maybe an MG or even Fords of the 50s had a positive ground, and then a radio such as this 12-volt negative ground, that'd lead for some fireworks if anything touched it. So perhaps that's the reason they went with the plastic. Plastic was also a fairly new material. Up until then, everything was bakelite, so it wasn't like plastic was cheap. They definitely had some sort of intent. But anyways, the other pleasant surprise was that unlike so many vintage radios I popped the lid on, being somewhat sparsely populated, this thing is action-packed. Look at all the electronics they've jammed into this base mobile radio. But we've got the old K-Trans IF transformers. They're well known to have silver mica disease. They are an excellent IF transformer. I have plenty of experience building those. Got the larger HC6 crystals and plenty of them. I've got some extras. So what a pleasant surprise. A very solidly constructed, densely populated radio. I was worried this thing might have some little Mickey Mouse receiver, and I won't keep a cheap receiver around, but it looks like I'm going to have some fun with this. So having a quick look at the communicator's undercarriage, you'll see a nice lightweight aluminum chassis, well thought out, nice shielding here. And I don't know about you, but I'm immediately drawn to this huge final tuning and tank circuit here. This is absolutely ginormous. Why would they put such a huge final tank tuning circuit in a 5-watt CB radio? Is this radio capable of being cranked up to more than 5 watts? No. The answer is this is a very early CB radio. Many people didn't even have CB radio antennas yet. The communicator gave the user the option of using a CB radio antenna with the PL259 jack or tying into the car's AM radio antenna and a Motorola plug or a DIN plug as it's known. And that's the reason for the monster tank tuning circuit to handle a variety of impedances. So the back of the communicator is pretty common for a radio of this era with dual power supplies. We've got the switch here for the base station 115-volt supply, the 12-volt. We've got the 2 inverter transistors that take that 12 volts and convert it into high voltage required for running the tubes. We've got the external speaker jack, a multi-connector allowing either an AC cable or a 12-volt DC. Of course, the antenna connections I talked about. And then this is to monitor the plate current. As there is no meter on the radio, this allows the factory or the test tech to plug into this and look at plate current when setting up and aligning the radio. From day one of the 1958 inception of 11-meter CB radio, the FCC authorized the use of 23 channels. However, truth be told, Few of the earliest CB sets actually had 23 channels due to crystal cost. Many manufacturers, in an attempt to keep costs down, employed a scheme similar to this, with this set actually having 5 crystal controlled channels and this EXT position enabling an external crystal socket and this 23 channel tunable receive. What this did was allowed the owner to be 23 channel compatible without breaking the bank, allowing them to install their favorite channel right here in the front panel. Okay, I'm in the external crystal position, which enables the variable tunable receive. Got a station tuned in on channel 19. We'll plug in a channel 19 transmit crystal to the front panel, and let's see what we got. Hey, anybody got a copy on WikiWhack Big Bear Mountain on this 1962 plastic CB radio? Yeah, you heard right. This is a 1962 Pearce Simpson companion all plastic CB radio. Anybody copy WikiWhack Big Bear Mountain, looking and listening east? Hey, you just put a big smile on my face, man on the moon. Honest to God, this is an old plastic CB radio, mobile CB radio at that, and you made my day, and you're sounding grand on the band here on Big Bear Mountain there, man on the moon. WikiWhack with the Weekend Wave, Southern California, Mile High Station. Stock carbon microphone. Bump, bump.
Thanks for the Pearce Simpson report. Sounded good.
Hey, thanks for the get back, 458. Yeah, it's a fun little radio. I got a great receiver. Hopefully it sounds halfway decent. I'm probably going to order another carbon microphone element for it. Hell, 50, 60, 70 years now, 50, 60-year-old microphone. Figure I could put a little TLC into this radio.
You think? Yeah, well, it's walking their dog out there. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's definitely sounding nice. So you got it modulated really good. Hello, WikiWhack. We'll hippopotamus right back. Come on.
Thanks for the get back there, hippopotamus. It's nice to hear a Browning coming from down under. It must have cost a bloody fortune to get those things over there, but nice to hear on the airwaves. WikiWhack Big Bear Mountain, Southern California, on the plastic Pearce Simpson CB radio from 1962. All right, hippopotamus, I sure do appreciate the get back. And thanks for not throwing me under the bus. I'm running an old carbon type microphone, a carbon type microphone like they used to put in the payphone telephone booths. I know they don't sound very good, but anyway, 73 cheers and beers, WikiWhack Big Bear Mountain, Southern California, Mile High Station. All right, 7-3. This will be my final WikiWhack Big Bear Mountain, Southern California. Slide to the side and we'll see what else is coming in from the South Pacific.